All right, this is Bob Rutledge, and I do videos that help blue collar contractors get more phone calls, number one, but in general, market their business, set up their business, just some good recommendations. So, if that's the kind of stuff you're looking for, be sure and subscribe. Be sure and like the video if you like it at the end. Today, we're going to talk about marketing issues, and in particular, the pain points that blue collar contractors run into when using a service like Surefire Local. Now, Surefire Local's website looks like that, and it's a marketing platform. A lot of people are attracted to them in the beginning because of their review requests. One of the things that they push is this thing called GeoJuice SEO. Yeah, it's not good. It sounds good on paper, but it doesn't work. They've been around since 2010. According to Grok, all I did was type in this Surefire Local, and it says the service can cost you between $500 and $1,500. My sources also say up to $2,500. It consolidates marketing tools, and it's just supposed to be able to help you track and analyze your spending on the internet. Well, it says that, but that's evidently not what contractors feel that it does. Not my opinion now. This is what the internet is saying that contractors say. So, too much technology, not enough service. So the problem is Surefire hands you over a dashboard and calls it a solution. But most service contractors don't need another tool to learn. I know that a lot of contractors, you're out in the field all day long. The last thing you need to do is come home at night and input data and learn another dashboard, and it just never seems to work out. One size fits all. Let's take a little deeper look into this one, because SEO is how I got started in this business. They create generic blog posts. They're all cookie cutter, one looking very similar to another, and they wind up not really helping much at all, if any, with local ranking. I'll go into that further down into this report. And one contractor says it's the same junk posted for everyone. The thing is, they need to be working on your Google business profile. In fact, if your agency, and there are a lot of these that don't even discuss the Google business profile, 60% of all of your phone calls, maybe more, come from your Google business profile. I have the data to back it up because I put tracking numbers on my client's Google business profile. They will pop some photographs up there, but they don't really do a lot of posting updates on it. You can post a Google business profile just like you would a little blog. I do that for my clients. A good agency will do that for you. The bad ones won't even mention it, though. This stuff they don't reply to reviews. That is a service I offer. Some do offer. That's not a make or break issue with me. In fact, I think you should be replying to your own reviews anyway to get a realistic. If you're not going to do any of this yourself, if there's one aspect, this is the one you should be doing. I know that, especially with my contractors, if it's a bad review, they're going to happen. I definitely don't want to be answering on the behalf of the contractor. Google Business Profile is where your leads come from. You still have to have a website. They work hand in glove together to generate leads for you. High cost and vague results. I mean, they market themselves as being very analytical and can tell you where your leads and things are coming from, but there's no clear proof that it's working. Again, this research here said that the price was $1,000 to $1,500 a month. That's a lot of money to be not understanding and not being able to count the benefit of. They certainly generate fancy reports. In fact, I love some of the reports, but they really don't let you know where the calls are emanating from. The big one that I like, or that really hits my button, is they don't really understand the trade, and they don't really understand the market that trade is working in. So you've got to understand what plumbers do. You've got to understand what roofers do. You got to understand what the town is all about that they're doing service in, or Google won't rank you. They need to know the difference between Katy, Texas, and in the Houston market, and uh, Franklin, Tennessee, in the Nashville market, and Marietta in the Atlanta market. They got to understand some rudimentary, and you can do that if you put some time into it. More tools, more headaches. Look, my contractors get tired of me calling up trying to get them to use some of the tools they got, and they won't use, and it's just a reality. So I make it as simple for them as I can, but I'm not pitching like one all-encompassing technical applications going to change their lives. It adds too much complexity. They really just want to know the calls and the leads, the form fills that they got from their advertising. And I'm able to show that to them. And a good agency will. And they need someone to will help make it all work. Yeah, I don't even need to say anything. I could have skipped all the way down to that point and not had a video. But the bottom line is this. I want you to know there are alternatives to Surefire Local and agencies like them. I hate to even call them an agency. They're a platform. The platform will not make your phone ring. Hope that helped. And if you like this video, please, check that you liked it. Later.